Buongiorno, everybody. And hello and welcome to another beautiful day in Sicily. It's perfect weather, and we've been exploring the west coast of Sicily. We've gone to Scopello, and we had a time to stop for pastries with my friend Maria Grammatico, who's sort of my Italian grandma, my Sicilian grandma. So we've had a great day. We're on the way to the hotel, but my driver suggests we stop at the salt flats, which is really so beautiful. But normally when I come here, we take a boat, and we never see them actually harvesting salt. It is the moment. So I just wanted to show you, there's a guy actually harvesting salt. So these old salt flats are hundreds and hundreds of years old, and it is back-breaking labor. Look at this poor guy out there harvesting the salt. I mean, if this looks like ancient labor, it is. Holy cow, look at him. So each of these salt pans here, and there are hundreds of them around the Trapani area, they have a variety of depths. So they move the water around, at least they used to, by windmill. So you have these really cool looking windmills out here. They're defunct now, they don't need them, but that's how they used to produce the salt out here. Everything else is done the old-fashioned way. The hydraulics are different now. Obviously, you can see machines out there that move the water around. But the actual harvesting, this poor guy out there with a shovel moving stuff around, it's just back-breaking labor. The first pass of harvest is the fleur de sel, and then after that it's the regular sea salt. The fleur de sel is apparently very rich in minerals and quite good for you. So all throughout this region, we have the salt pans going south of Trapani. It's called the Saline of Marsala. And over here, you can see piles of what looks like sand, but that's salt. Look at, you can tell it's about 8 feet tall at least. They have a digger that's moving it. So what they're doing now is they're harvesting and they're piling, and then they'll ship some of it out, but the stuff they don't ship out, they're going to put tiles on top of, like the roof tiles you see on Italian houses, and they'll leave it there for the winter time and then move it as they need it. You see a lot of birds, especially flamingos in this area. Oh, look at how many there are there. Unbelievable amount of work. And they have this fun little path out here so you can walk between the pans. This is the Museum of Salt over here. You can actually go up onto the roof and get a little bit better view. But the tiles, they have put up sort of a little touristic shack over here to sell things. This right here, that's what the salt heaps will look like once they have the roofs on them. See, look, he's breaking up. See, let me see if I can zoom in here. He's breaking up the crust. Do you see that? Break, break, break. And then he's digging it up and moving it into piles. And now he's resting because that's really back-breaking work. You know, you can get cheap table salt from a salt mine, but the good stuff you buy at the culinary store, this is how they get that stuff from the salt pans into your food. It's an enormous amount of work. They bring out wheelbarrows and they load it up and they haul it by hand into the big piles, which then they package. So Sicily is a lot of things. Sicily is not just Palermo. It's not just Taormina. It is a lot of things. It's also this. Traditional lifestyle and traditional work still goes on here in a lot of ways. And then out here in this direction, there's an island called Mazzia, and that was one of the first settlements of the Carthaginians. So we have ancient culture, traditional culture, and 21st century all in a big soup. And let's get close so we can kind of see the salt crust forming. Oh, this guy, my gosh, look at him go. He's just a hard worker. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that sound, but it's making kind of a weird scrapey sound as he does that. Crazy. You can see the salt crystals that have risen to the top of the pans. So traditional life still working here in Sicily. So we'll be visiting more the west coast. Tomorrow we're going to take a boat out to the island of Favignana, so we'll bring you along then, but I'll post some pictures later on of our day of eating sweets and sandwiches. We've had a really fun day today. So I'll talk to you later. Ciao!